My wife confessed she's a lesbian after a decade together, yet this revelation paved the way for my greatest triumphs and joy. We've shared 10 years as a couple, married for 4 of those. She was, and still is, the love of my life, and the idea of a future without her feels excruciating. Yesterday morning, I found her weeping on the back porch. Concerned, I rushed to comfort her and uncover the cause. Through her tears, she revealed she's a lesbian and expressed deep remorse. She's no longer attracted to me but doesn't want to end our relationship. I've always known she was attracted to women too, and it never bothered me. Over the years, we've explored this together through several unforgettable threesomes with other women. I've also supported her exploring her attraction to women independently, as her happiness was my priority. We spent the entire day either crying or discussing our now uncertain future. All our dreams, buying a house, traveling, adopting pets, and planning for retirement, seemed to vanish. Our intimate life had been vibrant until just days ago, with frequent, satisfying encounters where we continually discovered new ways to please each other. I assured her I didn't blame her. If she's truly a lesbian, it's not her fault, and she hasn't betrayed me, but the pain is still overwhelming. She's my closest confidant, and our relationship has been a pillar of support through countless challenges. The thought of losing her and starting anew is unbearable. She expressed a desire to stay together, envisioning a future without intimacy, but acknowledged how unfair that might be to me. She even suggested I could find a casual partner if needed. But all I want is her. I'm deeply attracted to her, constantly telling her she's the most beautiful woman I know. Learning that my feelings aren't reciprocated has crushed my confidence and broken my heart. I'm at a loss for what to do. I expect many will advise me to move on or suggest practical steps like hiring a lawyer or focusing on self-improvement, but I'm not sure I have the strength for that. I'm clinging to the faint hope that she'll realize she's mistaken, that she's just confused or overwhelmed. Deep down, I know that's unlikely, but the wound is so raw that I'm grasping at any shred of optimism. We don't have children, and our pets have passed, but we just moved into a new home last week, so we might be tied together until next March. All I want is to have my wife back. Update 1. A year ago today, I woke up oblivious to the fact that my world was about to collapse. That morning, I saw my wife in distress on our patio. Assuming it was a work issue, I approached her to offer support, but I was mistaken. Struggling through tears, she told me she's a lesbian and profoundly sorry. The moment her words sank in, a wave of fear, confusion, panic, and sorrow engulfed me. She initially promised not to leave, suggesting we try couples therapy to navigate this together, and I eagerly agreed. 3 days later, my mother shared that my stepfather had been diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. 3 days after that, my father told me my stepmother had skin cancer. Thankfully, my stepmother's surgery was successful, and she's now cancer-free. My stepfather, however, wasn't as lucky. He passed away last November. He was a remarkable, humorous, compassionate, and accomplished man, and I miss him dearly. This cascade of devastating news within a week sent me into a tailspin. I stopped going to work, lost my appetite, and couldn't sleep. I merely survived, glued to the couch, numbing myself with hockey podcasts and cannabis. My wife tried to support me, but she was grappling with her own turmoil and withdrew, both physically and emotionally. Some context. She's battled severe anxiety her entire life, and tough conversations often reduced her to tears. But months before this, she started anti-anxiety medication, which allowed her to open up, not just about her sexuality, but about every time I'd disappointed her over our 10 years together. Moments where I'd been thoughtless or inadequate as a partner. I thought we communicated well, and I believed I was a devoted, caring, and empathetic husband. I was never abusive, never unfaithful, and our rare arguments always ended with mature discussions. But apparently, I'd missed the mark on what she truly needed, and she hadn't shared those needs until now. Hearing about all the ways I'd let her down was agonizing, but it also gave me a purpose. Save our marriage. I couldn't change her sexuality, but I could address every instance of neglect. I devised a plan to prove I was worth keeping. I surprised her with a picnic, bought circus tickets, made dinner reservations at her favorite restaurant, a first for me, and started learning French, as she's French-Canadian. I took charge of planning our next big trip and began writing her a song. I planned to teach her guitar, something she'd always wanted to try. For 2 months, I poured every momie. Before my stepfather's death, my stepsister's partner took his own life. The weight of grief, for myself and those around me, was unimaginable. For months, I contemplated ending it all but persevered, largely to spare my parents more pain. Amid the darkness, there were glimmers of light. In May, I left my toxic but lucrative job due to their lack of empathy for my situation. Months later, I landed my dream job as a quality control specialist for a major music retailer's guitar department where I play, test, and repair guitars daily. Last summer, my friends and I won a radio contest, creating a 30-second commercial that beat over 80 entries, earning us $10,000 and national airplay. My ex-wife even saw it on a movie theater screen. I started a silly YouTube channel with a friend, making reaction videos. It's not big yet, but it's a fun creative outlet. The Christmas before her revelation, my wife gifted me the complete Dragon Ball Z Blu-ray set, and we managed to watch it all before, during, and after our split. I'm oddly proud of that. In November, I met someone extraordinary. She, too, had recently ended a long-term marriage for similar reasons. We've been dating since New Year's Day. She's brilliant, beautiful, accomplished, and a gifted artist. She's inspired me to start painting, and I've encouraged her to learn guitar. Together, we're healing and rediscovering joy. My ex-wife and I remain on good terms, genuinely wishing each other well. She was there when I said goodbye to my stepfather, and she and my mom still get along, which warms my heart. She officially moved out on March 1st this year. It's been a tumultuous journey, from sobbing uncontrollably multiple times a day to where I am now, thriving in the best job I've ever had and building a promising new relationship. I didn't think I'd survive, but I did.